Most people in the fitness industry believe that to make progress, you need to take rest days. But I think that if you want to build a habit and you want to keep this for life, then take a recovery day instead. Keep moving, keep the habit, make progress. That's what we're doing today. Join us in the 5 a.m. Squat Club. Let's go. Good morning. If you haven't been here before, I'm Adam. This is day 116 of the 5 a.m. Squat Club, your follow-along morning routine for success. We're live here every morning at 4:45. If you want to step up your life, all you need to do is press play. We've got 5 steps this morning. It's going to look like that every day. Prime our minds, prime our bodies, hit some intensity to change our body and our chemistry, get clear with moments of clarity, and then we're going to do our homework to make progress towards our goals. So the first thing that we're going to do is prime our minds. So if you have a weight or a chair or a door frame you want to hold on to, we're going to get into what we call our paleo squat, and we're going to choose the first words that come out of us, the first thoughts that come out of us in the morning, right here. So come on down, grab yourself a weight if necessary, and we'll choose our first thoughts. First is, I am responsible. I just want to make sure I understand and I'm reminded that it's up to me. Nobody's coming to save me. If I'm going to be successful, if I'm going to fail, if I'm going to make progress, if I'm going to choose to not take the steps, then that's all up to me. And it gives me ownership over my life. So if I'm feeling anxious, I just need to take a step and understand that it's me that's going to get there if it's going to happen. Next is, I will make time between stimulus and response. That's just a bit of patience. That's making sure that the people around me get a response that's thought through and thoughtful, as opposed to snappy and reactive. Next is, I have all I need to succeed today and will focus on progress over perfection. This is big picture here because I have goals. And oftentimes when we have big goals, we see them as daunting. And as a result, we don't start, right? We see it as too big and it's overwhelming and we don't go. So I will focus on progress over perfection and understand that I have all the tools that I need to take that step today. And the last one is, I choose gratitude. And that's just making sure that I'm focusing on seeing the positive things so I don't get caught up in the negative. As a coach, I have a tendency to see faults and want to correct them. And the more you see faults, the more faults you see. So I need to make sure that when I'm not looking for faults in the gym specifically, that I am focusing on the things that are positive and able to see more and more of those. So I'm responsible. I will make time between stimulus and response. I have all I need to succeed today and will focus on progress over perfection. And I choose gratitude. Okay, so next thing we're going to do is we're going to get up and we're going to prime our bodies. So we've got a general warm-up that we're going to do that we do every day. It's up on the screen here at the bottom. So if you follow along, let's get moving. We want to prime the body in terms of getting the blood flow increased, lubricate the joints, get the heart rate elevated a little bit so that when we start our intensity, it feels good. So 5 movements here. First, just a knee raise. We're warming up the hip flexors, followed by some good mornings, hinging at the hip, trying to maintain a nice neutral spine, abs are on, followed by some lunges. You can see there are some recommendations for numbers on there, but I just want to move. I want to get the blood flowing. Followed by some burpees. Can be fast or slow, just depending on how you're feeling so far. And then some squats. So come on along, let's get the blood flowing. And we'll talk a little bit about, train every day. The idea of, focusing on maintaining your habit, whether it's, a hard workout where you beat yourself up, or if it's just like what we're going to do today with an active recovery day. What I've found over time is that if I want to build a habit, I'm much better off doing it all the time. I find it very challenging to create a new habit if it's inconsistent. And I don't even mean not scheduled, I mean when it's not every day. So the example of, hey, I'm going to start reading a book every Sunday for half an hour. I think what you'll find is that's very challenging to do when you can't see the clock there, can you? Okay, you can. That's very challenging to do because there are so many days off. There's so many times when you're not building that habit that you're relying on willpower or motivation or something that is not easy to come by when you're challenged to maintain or create this new habit. And odds are that's not gonna work out so well. So the way that I see it, no matter what the habit is that you're trying to build, just have a way that you can make it happen every day. You know, you'll hear people say in the fitness industry that you need to take a rest day because your body needs time off and whatnot. We'll do a short second round. We're not going to focus too much on the warm-up today since we're going to be moving nice and easy. But this whole concept that, you need to give each muscle group 2 to 3 days rest or whatever. So, use that muscle this day, don't use it the next 2 days, and you got to switch it up. I don't believe in any of that. I believe that we should move our bodies every day because, when you don't live in the hive, life requires that. I can't take a day off from physical activity here on the farm. Things die if I do. Or at least they get pretty unhappy, hungry, thirsty. So the idea of a rest day seems very strange in real life. That being said, not every day needs to be crushing, right? Every day here is very different in terms of the physical demands, and there are consistent things, but the things that pop up that are, heavy and challenging are less common. So training yourself just to move every day or whatever your habit is just going to make it easier to keep. It's going to make it easier for you to start believing that you're that person that does that thing that you want. So my advice in general is do it every day. You want to become a reader. Don't choose to read 3 days a week. Choose to read every day, but give yourself that freedom that, some days it's going to be an hour and you're going to get through 100 pages. Maybe that's unrealistic. And some days it's going to be 5 minutes. But my understanding is that you're going to be much better off, holding yourself to doing something every day versus trying to do more less frequently. So let's get into it today. Next up is our workout. We're going to go 5 different movements, basically 2 sets each. You're going to work for, say, 20 to 40 seconds of each movement. We're going to do movement 1, movement 2, movement 3, movement 4, 5, and then we'll recycle through for the second round. So 5 movements today are going to be just a slow burpee, a hang of some sort, some nice slow squats, a crab walk, and then a hollow to arch roll. I'm going to demo them all. Don't you worry. So the burpee, my goal here is just to kind of move steadily, that none of these movements are extremely challenging, but we're just going to move the body. So the slow burpee is however slow or however fast you want. You can take this however you please, make it a nice recovery day, or if you really want, push the pace. So I'm just going to move steadily most of the minute, just nice and easy, down and up. The second one, the hang. Let me set this up. You may not be able to see me so well here. So on the hang, what I'm going to do, let's do this so you can see me a little bit. So what I'm going to do is just aimed to, I'm going to work on a little bit of single arm, to be honest. So I'm going to keep my feet on the floor just to take it nice and easy. And I'm just going to alternate a little bit of hang on the right, hang on the left. And yes, my feet are on the floor. Call that cheating if you want, but it's just, we're just taking it nice and easy. Followed by the squats, where we'll go, I'm just going to go nice and easy. So I'm going to aim to move for most of the minute. Just moving slow, moving through some positions. Maybe I'll get down there, work it around a little bit. But it's just about moving. The next one will be a crab walk. So you're going to get yourself on the floor, and you can make this as challenging as you want. You can just keep the hips low and move it around. If you want, you can come closer to a bridge and aim to keep the hips a little bit higher. You can go side to side. You can take the shoe out of your dog's mouth. Just moving around, right? Choose a duration. If it's too challenging, do less. And then the last one is going to be a hollow to arch roll. And this is going to be the one that the dog bothers me on. So the goal here, stop it. This is going to get sweaty. Is I'm going to go from my hollow body and I'm going to roll over to my arch. And I'm going to try to roll back. You'll notice that that's pretty challenging. So I'm just going to mess around. I'm just going to spend some time rolling around the floor. It may just look like a dying fish. If rolling back and forth is very challenging, what you can just do is you can hold the hollow, take a little break, hold the arch, and just go back and forth there messing around. So, hey dog, I'm feeling pretty good here. You know what I'm going to try to do though? But let's try it like that. So. Ready. Let's find our timer. Okay. So we're going 10 minutes, 5 movements. Gonna move through, 30, 40 seconds slow burpees, hang, squats, crab walk, and then some kind of hollow and arches. So if we are ready, I'm gonna try to get some music on here. All right, let's do this. Let's go in 3, 2, 1, go. Just moving nice and easy, pace that's comfortably uncomfortable, or even just comfortable, to be honest. Walk them down, walk them up. There's 50. 3, 2, 1. I'm just supporting myself as much as I want to with my feet. Moving around a little bit in the shoulder. I'll probably do 10 seconds per side and switch. Obviously, you could do 2 arms at the same time if you wanted. Support yourself as much as you need on the floor. All right, next one is our squats. 5, just nice and easy. 3, 2, 1. There's 20. Go crab walk. 3, 2, 1. Rep row. I know that was gonna happen. No. No. Hey. No. Drop it. No. This dog with the shoes. Stop it. So much. No. Okay. This next one, she's gonna be even worse. Hollow to arch. 3, 2, 1. Maple. Even just hold, to be honest. Try arch rock. That used to be way easier. The arch to the hollow to the arch is far easier. I used to be able to do that, I think. Oh, that one's hard. Okay, that's round 1. Halfway. I'm gonna go through one more time. If you feel like you want a little bit more, just pick up the pace a little bit. Burpees again. 3, 2, 1. Sure, that dog's getting another shoe. Hang. 5, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead. Hey, dog. Obviously need to do more of these. Doesn't look like there's music playing anymore. All right. Squats. It's pretty neat, eh? Alright, crab walk is up next. And 5, 3, 2, 1. No. Leave it. Leave it. Nope. Stop. She's got another boot. Give me that. The kids' shoes are never safe. Never safe. Damn dog. All right, last one, hollow and arch, let's go. That one. Look, I'm cheating. Oh. There we go. Great job. Let's take a minute and walk around, catch your breath, grab some water, and let's get cooled down here. All right. Fantastic job. We'll get into a couple little stretches here, just nice and easy. Stop it, dog. Let's get into a little runner's lunge here. So one leg back, pushing the hips down and forwards. You're looking for a stretch in the front of that back leg and a little bit underneath the front leg. Thank you, Maple. You are just so helpful. So we'll talk a little bit again about building a habit, but I think we've touched on it enough that if you want to build a consistent habit, do it every day. Right? It doesn't need to be exactly the same every day. There's ways to make it easier or harder or longer or shorter or whatever it is that needs to be modified for that particular day. But if you just aim to keep that habit consistent, especially in the building phases. Maybe that's maybe more important, is that when the habit is new, this is more important because it's just so easy to break that habit when it's new because it's not your default. That if you just do it every day at the beginning, you know, I depending on who you are and how easily you make habits, but minimum 2 months, right? 66 days. I know that's more than 2 months. But that's what I found is a good amount of time to start building a consistent habit. So if you can do it every day for 66 days, you know, then you want to do 3 days a week or something, then it may be easier to do that at that point. But in my experience and from what I've seen with people, if you want to build a habit, do it every day. So I won't be on that too much. But know that, you know, if you're ready to do so, you can just join us. This habit is pre-built. You just need to show up and press play. If you're getting value from this, by the way, like the video, press that like button. That helps me out a lot. Subscribe to the channel. Put a comment below. You know, what do you think of Recovery Day? Is this something that you appreciate, or would you want to just kick your butt every day? And check out the link in the description for our school community that we're starting, where we will be getting together and goal setting, problem shooting. Problem shooting, is that a word? Problem solving, troubleshooting. There we go. You know, we'll talk about food, we'll talk about health. We'll do it together. So now that we're done priming the body, priming the minds. There's more to this. I want to get more out of my life than just health and fitness, right? Those are the core, those are the base. In order for me to achieve my goals, I need to have that as a foundation. But I've got other goals, right? I want to get somewhere in my life that is not going to happen if I just sit around and wait. So right now is homework time. We carve out this hour intentionally, undivided attention. Don't sit down with your phone and start scrolling. Just focus on that one thing that's important. If you don't know what that one thing is, we'll talk about that in that school community. If you're looking for assistance on goal setting, that's what that's all going to be about. But if you know what your goal is, look at that big picture, that 5-10 year goal, and then just break it down into the steps that you will need to take every day in order to get there. And then all you do is just check off that one step every day, and you can ensure that you're going to get there. And the way that we ensure that you can check off that step is carving out this time every morning. So this is homework time. Sit down, get to work, check off that task, whatever it is, whatever your bite-sized piece is that you do every day that works towards that goal. Check it off before the rest of the world wakes, before the rest of your family is up demanding your attention. Get it done, and you will be amazed at the progress you can make. So that's that. You guys are fantastic. Thank you so much for being here. Remember, we are live every single day, 4:45 a.m. If you want to change your life, all you need to do is show up. See you tomorrow. You guys are fantastic. Let's go, team. Let's check out the outdoors. Oh, I can't see on here, so. Ow. Oh, she's dark. She's dark. You probably can't see anything here. But there it is. Go have yourselves a fantastic day. Let's go, team.